Using your learning style to your advantage. I'm sure most of you have heard of the concept of learning styles, even if you aren't sure which style you most relate to. Learning styles are one way that some educators talk about the different ways that people learn. The most commonly discussed styles are auditory, kinesthetic, and visual. The idea of learning styles is debated by researchers. Can we really break learners down into categories? How many styles should there be? And so on. But as someone who spends a lot of time thinking about studying, I think this is a helpful topic to go over. In this video, we are going to talk less about the learning styles themselves and more about how you can apply them to your study habits in college. If you are not sure what learning styles speak the most to you, please take a moment and do an online inventory. There are plenty of free quizzes that can help you determine what your style is. Just keep in mind you may relate to multiple categories. If you are completely unsure of your learning type, here's the link to an online inventory. So if you would like to, go ahead and take the quiz. I'll wait right here. Okay, cool. So were your results a surprise or were they what you expected? Remember to just keep these as a guideline as we talk about using them to study while in college. Your most effective strategies may be different from your friends, your siblings, or classmates, and that's okay. Your learning preferences may also differ from class to class. For example, what works best in math might not be the best for art history. The best advice is to be aware of your habits, and if what you're doing isn't working, don't be afraid to try something new. Alright, so let's jump in. I've broken the video down by learning styles, but please feel free to give any of these strategies a try. If you are a visual learner, you learn best by seeing the material. Some strategies you might be interested in trying are visual skimming. Look at pictures in your textbook before or while reading. It will give the words a visual context to help the information stick better. Print visuals ahead of time. Some professors give out the PowerPoint before lecture. Print it and bring it along to class so you have a visual to go along with your discussion. Create visual reminders. Add your own pictures to notes, study guides, and flashcards so you have a visual component as well. Watch videos. Find and watch YouTube videos on the topic at hand, especially if you can find somebody who illustrates their topic. There are so many great channels, so take advantage. And finally, create a mental picture. It might not always be possible to draw a picture every time you need, so try relating topics being discussed to a picture you are familiar with. For example, if in biology you are learning about cells, can you visualize the parts of a cell being like a cookie? Auditory learners retain new information the best when they hear it out loud. Auditory learners should always go to class because the lecture and class discussion are one of the best times to hear the information. Since listening is key for auditory learners, they need to keep themselves away from distractions, especially when the material can't be repeated. So if this is you, don't sit next to your chatty friends during lecture. Listening may also mean sitting in the front of the room, especially if your professor is soft-spoken. Also, during class, really listening to the class discussion can be helpful. Though you may have read the material the night before, listening to your classmates review the reading will help it stick long term. There are plenty of ways to listen to the material outside of class too. Find great YouTube videos or podcasts on the topic you are studying. Not only is it another way to hear the material, but you can find someone you enjoy listening to, and you can listen to it wherever you are. If you have permission from your professor and enjoy their teaching style, you can always ask to record their lecture and replay it again while studying. You can also record your own audio. Most phones have a recording app or option, so try recording yourself reading your flashcards and listening to it when you're out and about. If you prefer hearing things live, try joining a study group and listening to the discussion as well as participating. Kinesthetic learners learn best by moving. Hands-on learning is best when possible. If it isn't possible to do an activity related to the topic at hand, moving while learning can also help. Kinesthetic learners should give studying at the gym a try. Try listening to recordings like podcasts while working out. You can also try watching YouTube videos if you are using something like a treadmill. Taking notes by hand is also super important for kinesthetic learners because the act of writing helps the information to be retained. You can also try drawing out charts or images to go along with your notes as a form of review. Using flashcards is actually a great study method for all learning types, but kinesthetic learners will like them because they can add a hands-on component to learning vocabulary words. These learners should try to learn via hands-on whenever possible. If you are offered an opportunity to learn via doing, take it. For example, choose a studio art class over an art history. Finally, make your own field trips. If you are learning about wetland ecosystems, for example, take a trip to a local wetland and walk around, take pictures, and absorb the environment in person rather than through a textbook. I hope this video was a helpful way to get you thinking outside the box when it comes to studying. Remember, this is a simplified overview of a complex topic, so let your EHP advisor know if you would like to talk more about how to get the most out of your study time. In order to receive credit for watching this video, you will need to complete a short quiz. Type the link on your screen into your browser or go to the description below in the YouTube channel to cut and paste the link. Thanks for watching.